Good afternoon, YouTube. This is man always George Page, aka the Emperor of Women's Boxing Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, it's been a while since I talked about women's boxing. As other than I think we had the fight between Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. That's the last time I've been talking about it. But as you know, I'm a fan of women boxing. I think women in boxing need to get more recognition. They put it just like I compared women's boxing to women's bodybuilding. They put it just as much as work, much of the time, much sacrifice, and they don't get much recognition or money. But this was a fight that was held, as you know, it was previously supposed to have been held last month. But because of what happened over in Great Britain, the passing of the Queen, it was canceled. It was pushed back to the 15th, and that was yesterday. And as you know, America and the Great Britain and the UK are like I know it's I think 6-7 hours apart. Because I know I did an interview with somebody who lived overseas, and this fight was I think one of the biggest fight cards in history for not just women's boxing, for boxing in general. This was an all ladies fight card. And the thing is, it's sad that here in the United States, it's hard that women don't get much respect for opportunities to fight on a card because America's supposed to be this country of great opportunity and all that stuff like that, but still it has some old fashioned ideologies. But in Europe, women boxers do pretty good. As you know, the main event on this fight card was between Clarissa T-Rex Shields versus Savannah Marshall, and they were fighting for the undisputed middleweight championship. I think originally, I think they said that Savannah, or was it Clarissa was stripped of one of the titles, and now it was called the Elizabethan title, which was named after the Queen. And also on the Coleman event was a fight between between Michaela Meyer and Alicia the Bomb Baumgartner, and this they were fighting for their women's undisputed featherweight championship. And you know what? This was a pretty good lineup. I mean, Shields, as you know, Shields and Marshall, in the past they fought in the Olympics, and we all know the story that Chris has lost to Savannah, but it's one thing. Being an amateur is different from being a professional. And this was the opportunity. This fight has been talked about for a long time, ever since Savannah Marshall turned pro. And and with Alicia and Michaela, they've been talking about this fight for a good while. And this is a great opportunity to represent both their divisions. As you know, Alicia is, one of the top fighters in featherweight, and so is Michaela. And Michaela's undefeated. Alicia has, I think, one loss and a draw on her record, I believe. And with the rivalry between Savannah and Clarissa, it's a great rivalry. I mean, they're both undefeated. So this is going to fight that one of them was going to lose their you know. But I think one thing was that I think there was a real tension between both Michaela and Alicia. I know in the last press conference they were talking, and this is what Michaela Meyer did. She kicked at Alicia Baumgarten. Come on, man. Kicking that's childish. It just that tells you what kind of person he is. He's going to try to kick somebody. I mean, if you argue and you still, I mean, you jump. I mean, some fighters don't even do that. I remember that fight between it was was it what was that fight? I think it was Riddick Bowe and some other fighter. He kicked him. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I don't know. But anyway, from what I saw, because like I said, I didn't see the fight all the way. I jumped on YouTube and found some clips and everything. I saw some pretty good. They were going back and forth. I think Bumgarner had the better footwork, being she was more athletic. She moved, left to right. She pivoted a little bit better. I think with Mayer, she's more, flat footed a little bit, but she still has good adjustments. She can, she strike, she do more, power punches. I mean, it was just a good performance between both the ladies. I mean, some points, I think, most definitely, I think, Alicia was getting the upper hand on Michaela, and at one point you see on around her right eye, Michaela got a cut, but she still was going forward and still was throwing a good amount of punches. This was really a close fight if you saw it. I mean, these ladies were going to war. I mean, this is really a fight between two people who really don't like each other, and some good shots here and there, body shots, head shots. I mean, you can really see from the pictures that how they were going at it. I mean, they were right here. She was like, "Wow, look at the sweat that's getting off of them from these hits." And these women went toe to toe. But at the end, the call, the judges went with Alicia Bungard by split decision, and she is now the undisputed featherweight champion. And congratulations to Alicia Baumgartner, the bomb. I mean, this is a great opportunity for her. Now she's one of the top competitors in her division in boxing. And the main event is Clarissa the Goat T Rex Shields versus Savannah the Silent Assassin Marshall. And these women, they were pretty good. I mean, this was, I think, I think Chris was doing a little better compared to, Savannah. Even though Savannah was doing some pretty good, punching, and some people talking about that most of the time that Chris was fighting off, the ropes, but she still knew how to fight off the ropes. And some points that body shots she was throwing onto Savannah was really kind of slowing Savannah a little bit down, but Savannah was throwing some heavy hits. I mean, one point I know after the fight, Krista Shields said that she couldn't see out of one eye, barely. I mean, she even got a cut over that eye. But these women were going back and forth. They were throwing some heavy shots. I think what was with Carissa, she was throwing more volume, and that was it. And with Savannah, she was throwing more power punches, and that was the thing that I think maybe kind of gave the edge a little bit. But Carissa was just more active, throwing body shots, and and good part of the time I saw that Savannah was most of the time laying on Clarissa and even doing some dirty little work like grabbing by the head, whatever else that. But like I said, Clarissa really was putting on a good performance, and so was Savannah. I mean, but these women were going toe to toe. But at the end, the win went to by unanimous decision to Clarissa, the Groat T Rex Shields. So congratulations to her. And now she is 13-0, and she's only 27 years old. 27. She's still young. She still has a way to go in her career. I mean, unless something happens like an injury or with women getting pregnant. That's the one. I know she has a boyfriend. I know she said in the interview she hadn't had sex for five weeks. And I've seen pictures of Clarissa. She's thick as I don't know. The perfect stage coming on me. Sorry, but one thing. This is why I said Michaela Mala is very childish. When they said that the win went to Alicia Baumgartner, she walked off. She actually just walked out of the fight. And in one point, towards when they were, celebrating, her corner was celebrating, she came back onto the ring apron, hang her head high, and and Alicia was, she congratulated her, and even her corner did, but it just shows you how the mental maturity of some people. Even when you try to kick somebody, and then instead of just accepting the loss, you walked off like a crybaby. But this is I got a little bit of respect for Savannah Marshall, because what she did, even though she took this loss, she was very accepting of it and congratulatory towards the champ. Even though at one point she didn't go over the corner, but Clarissa getting away with her corner show respect, and that's why I like the growth. That's why I like Clarissa Shields. She's even though people talk about her, way she talk about her, about how she's not, she's so yeah this, but she is generally a genuine person. And and this is one thing about it. Savannah stood there in the ring and took the picture with her, with holding the belts. As she's getting another belt. And that would tell you that's the mentality of somebody as a fighter, that they respect their opponent. Michaela Mayer needs to learn something from Savannah Marshall, even though she's good friends of Clarissa Shields, both being Olympic competitors and have a good friendship. Even when I saw some videos where after the fight, Alicia and Clarissa talked, and it was very, being that this is a black unity. I know that's what people hate about, sometimes black unity, but that's what we like to see, especially myself being a black man, seeing two strong black women being successful. So anyway, congratulations to Alicia the Baumgartner, or I like to call her Baumgartner. She has a nice wow. Yeah, sorry about the pronunciation. She has now collected, I think, 4 more belts out of this fight, meaning getting the belt for undisputed, and then also taking, I think, a couple of Michaela's titles. And future what's plans is talk of maybe a rematch between her and Michaela down the line, or maybe a fight with someone like maybe I don't know, Katie Taylor, or maybe Amanda Serrano. I mean, it's all depending, how they set it up. I mean, she's right now she's in the driver's seat, and she's the one who's gonna be making all the calls. Also, congratulations to the GWOAT, Chris's T-Rex Shields. She this was a good performance since she's 13-0. It was a dominant performance. I mean, I saw some good parts of the fights from what I saw on YouTube. She did a good job. I mean, good performance, and much respect to the sister. What's the plans? Well, maybe a rematch with Savannah Marshall down the road. I mean, they can have a trilogy. As you know, that fight they fought when they were in the Olympics, and when this fight here could be a part of a trilogy, or possibly a rematch with Hannah Gabriels. That's a fight that I think needs to happen because Hannah Gabriels was the only woman to knock her down. Or like I said, she might even go back to do MMA for a bit, go over to PFL. I think she might need to take that with that whole thing with MMA. She needs to work on a few things. She needs to work on BBJ, her groundwork, maybe a little wrestling. That's why I think she jumped in too soon. But like I said, this was probably her best payday to her last two PFL fights. And I think she's an amazing woman. I like to like I said, I have a lot of respect for the greatest woman of all time in boxing. And maybe she can probably get that fight between her and Layla Ali. I don't know if Layla will be interested in it, but we can think about that. But like I said, congratulations to both the sisters. Congratulations to their opponents. And this, like I said again, was and great congratulations to all the women who fought on that fight card that night. Can't forget all the other ladies that fought on that fight card because they put on a great performance. Like I said, women's boxing really need more of this, and we need to see it more also in the United States. And even like this, one thing I want to say like this: organizations like UFC, you need to one day do an all women's card. I mean, I do a lot of content MMA. They need to do all women's card one day. I know people won't like it because it's all girls, but I think when women fight, they really fight with their hearts. They really go out there. They really put themselves out there, and that's why I respect for both Carissa, for Alicia, Savannah. Not too much respect for um, Michaela, but it's just how it is sometimes. But anyway, ladies, we can't wait to see you again, and good luck on any other endeavors in the future. All right, this is me all the way, George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Boxing Talk. Don't like, subscribe. I'm out.